So hi everyone, thank you for joining the GoodVision webinar. We're going to basically be looking at the new version 24. And this is going to be kind of a little walkthrough to look at the new layout features that we have and to help new clients and old clients get familiarized with the new setup and what you're seeing, and also give you some tips and hints how to utilize the new system or the new version, should I say, via your desktop or even the web application. Before we start, when you're using the Zoom webinar features, you can ask any questions in the Q&A. We've got people here. Dan is joined on the call as well. That will be able to answer your questions while I'm going through the presentation. And then also what we can do is have any kind of questions and answers at the end of the session to maybe look at some specific things or answer any kind of uncertainties using the platform that you would like to address on the webinar. So please do send in your questions and we'll answer them. What we'll do now, I'll just kind of get you orientated with what you're seeing. So hopefully everyone can see my my screen with the this is the desktop application. So there is two ways that you can access the GoodVision platform. You can access this by any web browser and logging into your account, or you can also download the desktop application, which you are seeing in front of you here. Now, there's a couple of settings actually you might want to consider looking at before you even start your projects or you start looking at uploading your footage. And that's in the section here, which is on your kind of profile billing platform. You've got application settings. And in the application settings, we have video optimization and also Handbrake software that basically is helping your videos be formatted correctly. So if you've got a bad format, the desktop application will convert that in the correct format for GoodVision, and also will optimize your video and reduce the size of your files that you're uploading to help with the speed of uploads. So it's going to support and help heavy files or large files that you might have been uploaded into the system much more smoothly, and also correcting any errors that might be wrong with that video. So it's always worth to make sure that this is downloaded and you've toggled the video optimization on, and it will really help you when you're uploading footage into the system. So once you've done that setting here, you'll notice that when you log in now, that you've got some few information, which is what's new about the new system. We've got explore some of our links with video insights and the processing options of information. And now what we have are our projects. So every project that you might work on, maybe you have multiple projects, multiple surveys, multiple people working on them projects, and you want to keep this all separated and all the video files and everything segregated. This is possible by creating your traffic projects. When you're trialing the system, you have the option to click a showcase project. So if you just like to play around and look at the features on some footage from the system, you can do that without uploading any kind of footage and go into the showcase. So it will be under the new traffic projects here. I've clicked it and it's imported the showcase. So I just open it. And within here, you've got some demo or showcase scenes, which are rural scenes and urban scenes that you're able to open and basically play with. And I'm going to explain these layers that I'm clicking through. So you see now that I opened up the location, and in this location I have some data sources. So these are the areas or the footage where it's processed, and I can do the analysis. So nothing really changes when you go into the analysis. This is very much what everyone is used to when you're doing your analysis of your footage. You're still using your lines and zones. And the showcase is really set up to show you what's possible and to give you an idea of scenarios and events, how they're used, and also to do video playback and to play around with the data that is possible. So now if we just go back out of the showcase projects, the main thing that we want to kind of to show you is how you create your own project, and also your custom classes that you're able to do automatically by yourself without any kind of customization needed. And this is basically clicking the new traffic project. And when you click this, you're creating the new project that you're going to be working on. So I'm going to call this project 1, very original. And what we've got here is classification scheme. So this is where it gets new for everyone, that you're able to create and change your own scheme. So maybe you're doing a survey which is only including certain classifications. Maybe that your local classification or the name that you call the class is not car, but you would like to change that to your local language. You can do that. You can also remove classes from the scheme. So maybe I don't want to look at buses, I can remove it. And I can also merge classes together. So for example, I've got here car, but also the van is classed as a light vehicle, but I could also include it in the car kind of classification. So what I can do is just rename that the same as the class of car. And what that will do is the system will merge these classes together. So I will have cars and vans within that class. I can change the name again to light vehicles or anything I want, as long as it's matching the same classification, and they will be merged together in that class. So I can keep that as car. And now I have I can change again. I can add trucks, heavy trucks, and normal trucks together. And once I'm finished with that scheme, I can set this scheme as again, this is scheme 1. I can save it and click save. And what that does is it creates the scheme for me. So this is my classification now that I'm going to use to process my project. My project is only based on these classifications. If anytime I don't want to use that scheme, I can always go back to the classic GoodVision classifications with all the classifications again there. So you're not losing anything, it's always here. But it's very important to understand that when you create your project, once you've selected the scheme, this is the scheme that is going to be applied for the processing of your footage, and all your results and your widgets will be showing these new classes that you have either renamed or created in your scheme. Then all I will do is click save, and we can see here that now I have my project 1 and I have my classification scheme here. I can open this, and now we start to see that within the actual project, we also have localization of your vault. So the vault, as you know, and or not, that the vault is for uploading your video footage for storage and doing video playback, and then also for just an area really to keep your videos backed up until maybe you're ready to process them in the system, or I can show you how to process them here directly if you're not using Vault or saving your video footage. So you don't have to save your video footage in Vault. You don't have to store it in Vault. It's just purely an option to back your data up and use functionality like video playback if you so choose to use that. So if I didn't, I don't want to process my footage yet. I don't want to create any locations. I'm just concentrating on adding new footage to the vault. I can click on Vault here and simply add a new folder. I can upload a single video or upload a folder containing multiple videos. So I just click this and I will go to my videos and I will just add the video that I would want to use, and it will upload it to my vault. And now it's in my vault and I can just keep adding videos as I want. We go back to the location. This is the first area, the location area that we're looking at. Here's the upload bar. Sorry, I'm just going to cancel that because I don't need it uploaded. So I'm going to cancel the upload and I'll show you how to do that directly. So locations now. This is the location of your camera that the footage is being recorded. This can be anywhere that your camera is situated. So I'm going to call this location 1 and click save. And this is going to be my location that might have multiple cameras in it. Could be an island, could be 3, 4, 5 cameras covering certain arms. It could be one camera. If I just click and open that. This is the data source. So this could be, number 4 camera on junction 5 or 6, which you would name. So I'm going to say this is camera 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the processing or where that footage is coming from. So it's the GoodVision Vault that I would select. I would choose the processing type. So here it's fixed camera. And the added new kind of functionality or is prepping towards the future roadmap of creating a network of your historical data is the geolocation of your camera. So when you know the GPS location of your camera, or you know the street that it is located, you would basically enter that information here, select where it is located, and then you can save. You don't have to do that, but this is going to help when you're having multiple surveys and locations. Eventually, you'll be able to look at the map of all your cameras that are situated and look at the analysis over a large section for OD matrix and things like this. So it's good to start adding your locations to your cameras. So I'll click save. It's just selected our local UK address, and we've got that here. I'm going to click save. And now that information is being created on this camera with the data source of information. And now I want to process the footage. So what I will do is click process, which brings me straight into Vault. So once I'm in Vault, here will be either the videos you've added before. Maybe you've been doing your survey and you've added your videos, so you will see them here. But if you want to just basically process straight away, you don't want to put it into Vault, what you'll be doing is just getting your video upload. So I'm going to again select the video what I want. Maybe it's multiple or single. And what I'm going to do is uploading it into Vault. But what you can do is you can just click the file or the videos that you want to process, and you can instantly process. So you don't have to wait till it uploads. What you do is just click process. And again, you start to get your the new kind of layout of the information you've always been putting in here is the start date and time of the video recording. And if you've got multiple videos, you only put in the start date and time, and all the sequential videos or files that are part of that recording will be formatted and corrected to the right time on the system. Now, a lot of people usually get a bit worried because you put the start time and then you look at the multiple files and the start times don't match your timestamp on your video footage. Now, sometimes that is possible because it's not synced with your metadata and the timestamp. And that can be the case, but the system will only calculate the physical footage that is there. And your timestamp might just be out of, it could be an hour, it could be 5 minutes, depending on how long your video footage is. But don't worry too much about the time and date, because we can change that from at the start, and then it will correct all the other video files. What we can't do, and what you must be aware of, is that when you're adding multiple files and uploading them like a multi-upload, you must have the files in the right order. And what we mean by that is sequential, that the files follow the created path that they've recorded in, and they're not mixed together with different other videos and so on at different times, because the system is going to stitch all that data. And once it's stitched, you can't remove that, you have to reprocess. So it's always important just to make sure that your video files are in order, with the correct camera, and they follow the exact sequential period that you're recording. Then you can also choose to keep your videos in the vault for playback, or you can delete it after processing. So once the video is processed, the system will just delete your video footage from the system, and we don't hold that. So it's just the data that will be held. Again, it will tell you the costs, the fixed camera, so how many credits it's going to take to process that video. And sometimes it will say the processing cost is not available, and that's because it has to look at that file first, all the files, multiple upload, and then it will let you know how much that would be. And it's going to be minimum 1 credit for 1 hour fixed process camera processing. So I click process, and that will basically do the processing. So once it's uploaded from your side, once that's fully uploaded, it will process. It takes 1 to 2 hours. If there's any issues with your footage when it's being processed, there's some errors, you'll receive an email notification, and then we have our support team look at that, and we can get that looked at within 24 hours, business working hours, 24 hours to get that sorted and solved for you. Usually that's just because there's some kind of issue with the format, but if you're using the optimization and the handbrake on the desktop, that will remove a lot of these errors for you, and have that ready to be processed for you. So when this is being processed, or once it's done, if we go back to our project, you'll be able to then do your analysis as normal through the system. The other thing that we're going to look at also here is the collaboration part of these projects, because as I mentioned to you now, that all the data is contained within a single project. All your videos, all the information, all the reports is contained within this project. And you might have different people working on your projects in multiple teams in your company, and you need one person to look at this project and another person to look at this project. And you're able to do that with the collaboration piece now, with removing and adding your own users to the projects. So the member of your team must have a GoodVision account. If they don't, please reach out to us and we can arrange that for you. If you have one of our plans, you can add additional users to your plan. And what that means is that when I'm working on this project, I can now do some. I can click share, and I can share this project to any of my team members. So, for example, I can share this to Daniel. Put his email in. And now what I can do is I can select how I want him to interact with this project. Read only. I don't want him to touch any data. I don't want him to make any physical changes. Or I can make him write and read, so he's able to add footage He's able to do the analysis and pull off reports, all these types of processing that he'll be able to do. And also, he will be able to utilize my credits. So what we can do is as the project owner, you can upload and add your credits to your project. And when you're adding the users or the shared users to that project, they're able to use the credits from your project. So you can assign a budget to your projects. And you can keep track of the purchasing of each of these projects with the purchases being made, with the credits being used. So you can easily make sure that the cost is being monitored over your surveys that you're doing. So now I can click save. And what that will do is it will add Dan as a collaborator to the project, and I can keep adding as many as I need to this collaboration of the project. If for some reason I don't want Dan there, what I can do is remove him from the project. So if I go to edit, and now you can see here that I am the owner, and Dan, he's write and read, and I can change his permission, and I can also delete him from the project, and I can also add further members of the team to that project to work on that project. And how this is going to work is that once you have shared the collaboration part with a chosen person, they will be able to access only the vault and the video data for that project. They can't go into any of your other projects. It's purely for this one. And then what happens is that when you start to do your analysis and working on your data, you'll have like a shared environment, like a Google Doc, that you're able to draw the lines and do your analysis together on this footage. So you're able to see what's going on and all the analysis live. So maybe I've assigned Dan to create the movements and do a certain type of analysis, and I'll be able to log in and view the information that's been created. I can see the data that's there. So for example, when we're in the showcase, and I log into the location that Dan is using, I will be able to see the analysis on the reports that have been produced, on the widgets that have been created, and take that information that I require, or add even my own movements to this collaboration. So it makes it very easy to basically give access and collaborate with a team members that need to do different functions within the team of creating these movements or doing different analysis kind of points, and you can control that very simply by using this feature. The other things that you will have noticed is that we have in the analysis now a new line which is called dashboards. So we have the dashboard here now, which is when you're doing the collaboration piece, when you're creating all your different widgets, you might want to separate the created widgets into your own dashboard. So this is the dashboard that you want to create purely to see the information that you need, or you want to separate certain bits of information from pedestrians and cyclists, or you only want to do a dashboard which is covering the object distribution or vehicle volumes or gap times, anything that you want. And what you're able to do is create your own personal dashboard. So while everyone is doing their analytics and widgets have been created, and from the describe scene, we can create or make our own dashboard, or if any of the team have created a dashboard, we're able to see it here. So we can see on this this data source that we have some dashboards created. So if I click on this dashboard, it's going to add in the widget that I've selected. So for example, I can see here, add to dashboard, and it will add that widget into the dash. But if I want to view that dashboard and go and see what's there, we can see here that there are 3 types of dashboards which are in that have been created from the locations that we have here. And when I click into the dashboard, this dashboard is like pinned information that's whatever is changed now on the analytics or on the widget side, my dashboard won't be affected in a sense that it's a snapshot of that data that I want to keep and look at. So as long as I don't delete my dashboard, then the information is gone. But the dashboard will hold and contain that information that you have. When there's new information added, which I think is increasing the scale, I believe that will kind of adjust. If not, you can just delete the widget from here, and then you would add in the new kind of widget to your dashboard. So this will be able to, this is a personal dashboard that I can have and look at the information. At any time, if I want to maybe create my own dashboard, I just click new dashboard here. I can name this to anything I want. So I'm going to call this dash 1, click save. It's going to create my own dashboard here. So when I'm looking at the locations, maybe I want to mix in some data or I want to add in some information when I open on the locations. I've got 3 locations here, and I'm looking at this analysis. And when I go to my analyze data, I'm able to look at the widgets that are of interest to me, which I want to add to my dashboard. So I can just click here, I can say add to dashboard, and you can see here that my dashboard's here, or I can create a new dashboard from this point. I don't have to go all the way back into dashboards, but I can click it and add a new dash. But I want to include this widget. Going through the analysis, I also want to add this dashboard as well, sorry, this widget to my dashboard. If I just go back to the urban scenes, I've got some more information. Maybe I want to add into this other location. So let's take a look at this analysis. Again, I can go into the analyze data. And again, I can see all the kind of information that has been created from that analysis. And then what I'm going to do, again, I want this piece of information and I want to attach it to my dash. So I can go through all the locations and pull off all the information that I want and create my own kind of visualization of that information. So maybe I wanted to take all the pedestrians and cyclists from each location and have that presented in one dashboard. So this shows me over multiple locations, all of the pedestrian and cyclist kind of parameters, and I can just have that in one dashboard and view that. And you can keep creating as many dashboards as you wish to view that information. When we get back into the locations that you can create, and we go into the data sources, so these are where your cameras and everything is stored. Also, what you'll notice is that when you've processed something, the video kind of transfers itself from Vault to the data source. So you won't see it anymore in a sense here because it's been processed from your Vault. And now it's contained on the data source. And the reason for that is so everyone can play back the footage and see everything if you need to do video playback. But say you need that footage, I've uploaded it, but I need to download it. I need that information. So on the location, when you see your multiple videos, you can click open. And the 3 dots at the top here allows you to click on detail. And detail now shows you or gives you 3 options that you can look at. You can look at the settings and you can rename the scene, the location data source, sorry, that you're looking at. You can add in the address if you didn't save that, and you can see the time and start date of the video and the duration. Here you have another tab which is videos. So here is my video. This is the video that's been processed. It's moved from the vault to my data location. And here I can download that video. I can delete the video from the vault. So my vault space is increased and I haven't got enough room to save videos. So I can delete the video, but still keep the data. The video data is still stored on the system. You don't lose anything with the data, you're just erasing the video. The only thing that you will obviously lose is video playback. You won't be able to do any kind of video playback of that footage once you delete it from the vault. And then you can delete as well the data source completely if you don't want to see that. And here you'll see all the footage that you're adding into the data source. You'll see all the surveys, all the video uploads you've done. And also you can set here the screenshot or the background of your describe scene. So you're able to change this and it will fix it to a certain position to show you the, if it's too dark, maybe when you've done your video recording, the scene is a bit blurry or it's not quite right. You're able to change the background to something that is more clearer for you or in a different time that you prefer. And once you've made these changes or downloaded your video, you just click save, and now that's gone. So you haven't lost anything with your video vaults. It's basically just stored under your locations, also your data sources here that they're known as. And you can keep adding new data sources from the sidebar here and keep creating and uploading as many of the locations as you wish. If we go back into the analysis, on the sidebar now, we have your describe scene, which is you're doing describing the scene with the movements and directions and so on. We've got your analysis or analyze data, which is all your widgets. And then you've also got the traffic reports. So this is the creation of the TMC report, your vehicle list report, or the VISIM, PTV VISIM model, skeleton model creation. And it's on the sidebars here, so I can click to get my traffic report. I select the reports I want. Again, the classes that that's on my project, because as you remember, whichever classes that you have defined, they are the classes that you will see on the scheme. And then you've got the selection of the movements. You still have your intervals of your reports and get reports, and that's going to be created on your traffic exports. Because you're collaborating with all the team as well, they can all access the reports that you're creating, and you can still send these reports to other users that do not use GoodVision, because it's an Excel format that's created, and they will be able to download and open the report in Excel to view that if required. So these are the points that we've gone through on your location, the data source, describe scene, which everyone's familiar with, and nothing has really changed in this area. You've just now got your kind of sidebar with the analyzed data, you've got your traffic reports, and you have your vaults, and you have dashboards. So everything is contained, and you can click back into the different areas from the top here. You can also click the little drop down arrow if you've got multiple locations. I've only got 3 in the minute, so I can, it's not so big. And I can just select the locations that this is saved in. So if I want to go to the rural, it will show me the rural data sources. These are the 3 data sources I have. And I can go back to the projects, and also I'm able to click on the new project I've created, or the showcasing project. So if I go to the project that I've created, this is the video that we're uploading and processing currently for this location, and my camera, once it's ready, I will get the analysis for. So this is the new version. And what we were doing, or what we've done, is really try to make it a bit more project orientated and separating everything out. You might remember from our the other versions, everything was kind of grouped together or created in one folder, and everything could be shared to each kind of cameras and so on. So now we've got it a bit more structured, that you will create your projects, you can create your custom schemes, and you can share the project between all the users that you have. Also, what has changed now, and you would have had the newsletters out, is regarding the plans. So the only way now to utilize or use the GoodVision platform is either with a 30-day trial that every user is able to have, or the purchase of a plan, which are these three plans that we have, which is the traffic surveyor, the traffic modeler, and the enterprise plan. And this is the only way that you'll be able to use the system. Any users that did have or has credits before the 15th of June will still have access to the system. I think you have like the starter plan access, but you just won't be able to purchase any credits. You have to have an active plan to be able to use and, how to say, add more credits to your account. So if anyone has any questions about that with the plans, please do get in contact with us. We're more than happy happy to give you a trial, give you some free credits so you can trial everything and see which of the plans are very suitable for your types of business. Again, we have monthly and we have annual subscriptions, and it's really suited to your needs of your business. So this is the overview of the new version of the system. I don't know if we've had any questions or anything come through on the question and answers, but if anyone has any kind of questions or points or anything you would like to discuss or look at, please send it through. We can kind of answer that here. The other things as well that are quite important, and you might be a bit worried that it might be easy to kind of delete out your projects. There's a little feature when you go to delete that you have to actually type out the project name, so you can't accidentally delete that. And also with the user rights of your collaborators, there's certain levels that they're able and not able to do with deleting certain bits of information from the system. So you can control that as well with things that are happening. I think we've got a question here in the chat. Mohammed, you're welcome. Thank you so much for that. So thank you for the kind of overview. So you're welcome. Anyone that would like a walkthrough with other members of teams, or you would like to go over things personally on a one-to-one meeting, more than happy to arrange that. We can set up a meeting and kind of go through even your scenarios on the showcase. So I know that you might have different conditions and different kind of features that you would like to look at more in depth, and we can do that. We're always running our webinars on specific points of information or types of surveys. So we'll be able to kind of go through that with you guys. So yeah, please do reach out to us, and we can go more in depth into how to do the analysis and get these kind of different functionalities from the system. But really today was just to give you that new introduction to the fresh look of the GoodVision platform. Hopefully this is going to help you keep everything more organized and help you get your projects done in a quicker, more efficient way. So if there isn't any questions, and I don't know if you had any, Dan, on your... Oh. So we've kind of finished the call. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining. There'll be a recording of this video, so we'll send it out to you. If there is any questions that you have, please send them to me and we can send them out to everyone. Yeah, hope you have a great day, and look forward to speaking with you all on the new system. Have a great day.